Good afternoon. Apparently, every single browser sucks now. If you haven't heard the recent news with Firefox, they added a terms of use for the first time ever, rather than just relying on a license, and that terms of use did something that most people did not like, which was removing this crucial sentence saying, unlike other companies, we don't sell access to your data. Okay, and everybody interpreted this to mean now they're gonna sell access to your data. And Mozilla, of course, quickly backpedaled and now has introduced this update saying, we've seen a little confusion about the language regarding licenses, so we want to clear that up. Which, if you have to use a sentence like that, you made a mistake in the first place, okay? Especially on your first introduction of a terms of use, you should have made it clear in the first place. You really should have, and Firefox, Mozilla really fumbled the bag here. And if you were curious, here is what it currently looks like after this update. Here's what it previously looked like. It's, phrasing changes pretty much, but look, the bottom line is, I think the handwriting for this was already on the wall, and it has been on the wall, okay? Firefox has had Mozilla telemetry in it for years at this point. It's got Pocket, it's got, your Firefox Sync, and all sorts of other stuff that you are going to be giving data to Mozilla, unless you're either using a fork of Firefox with hardened security settings and removing all of that, or you're using something like arcandfox user.js, which in theory is going to get rid of 99% of that. So Firefox vanilla has pretty much been unusable for years if you really care about privacy. And now, everybody's kind of waking up to that Mozilla might not care about privacy as much as they kind of have in the past. And, for years, Mozilla was kind of this beacon of hope about privacy when every other company was just kind of joining the dark side, and now Mozilla really isn't, it's become clear that they have not been that for years at this point. So if you're jumping ship to another browser, you're probably going to a Firefox fork, since of course everything Chromium based doesn't have ad blockers anymore, and one of the most popular options has been LibreWolf, and now LibreWolf has its own drama. LibreWolf I've made a video about it actually. It has, no telemetry, it's got enhanced privacy, it's essentially Firefox with all of the Mozilla junk removed from it. It's got a uBlock origin included by default. It's, in theory, a very good choice for a browser, but now it has had its own drama, and this is a statement from one of the developers. This is a very cropped screenshot, so I figured, I will just inform you that this happened, since I think if I'm gonna mention this browser, it's, just worth it to mention that this was drama that recently happened. If you want to research this more, if this is something that you care about and this changes your opinion of the browser, then feel free to go research it. I'm not here to make political statements myself, so I figured, it's just my job to mention that this happened, show you the screenshot, and if you care about this, you can go do your own research. If this, makes you want to not use LibreWolf or you don't care, whatever. Not my job to tell you what to think, just my job to show you what happened. So this is what happened with LibreWolf. Another option that people have been flocking to is Zen Browser, which I was actually asked to review before, but it's really not a very minimal browser at all. And honestly, LibreWolf is already not that minimal. I mean, Firefox, anything Firefox based is not that minimal. It's just not that minimal. And you probably know, if you've seen my videos at all, I want minimalism. I want something minimal by default, but extensible. And Zen Browser, as much as it looks very clean and it's, got some cool features if that's what you're looking for, like this dual pane thing, and, the tabs are all arranged on the side here, this is not minimal, okay? It comes out of the box with these icons for, like, Discord and Google and a Twitter link here. Okay, look, this is not minimal. This is not something I personally will ever want to use, but I figured, I should do my due diligence here, show that it exists. If this is something if you like the look of Zen Browser, then by all means. It looks like they're doing a good job in terms of privacy. I think this is actually like a singular developer, and apparently the developer has been doing a really good job. I don't know the full information there, but it seems like they're doing a good job in terms of privacy. They've removed the telemetry. You can opt in to share telemetry to Mozilla if you want to, but by default, you're not opting in. There's no personal data collection, etc. So this seems like a good choice. Another choice that seems to have been popular is Florp, which looks a lot more like default Firefox out of the box, and honestly, I don't want yet another reskin of Firefox with, still, Firefox junk left in it, so no Florp for me, but yet another option worth mentioning if you're looking at other, Firefox forks. I know WaterFox has been popular recently as well. But anyways, so I am now using Qt Browser of all things, which you might be thinking, really? Qt Browser? Didn't that like peak years ago at this point? Which, I don't even know. Qt Browser. And this is where I'm like, every single browser sucks, because Qt Browser, I want to love it. I really do. You know, it's got Vim key bindings by default. It's got so much nice stuff that, you know, for a browser, the configuration is just in a single config file. If I go to config Qt Browser, config.py here, this is the configuration. You have control over absolutely everything. There's, you know, comments showing you what you can change here. Everything is just highly customizable. It's minimal, it's extensible. It is based on Chromium here, but it's based on Qt Web Engine, which in turn is based on Chromium, and Qt Web Engine does remove all of the Google API stuff in Chromium, so if that was a concern, in theory it should no longer be a concern. But anyways, it is still Chromium based, which, you know, I don't really like, but at this point you're not really going to have a usable browser that isn't based on either Chromium or Firefox. But the biggest issue with Qt Browser here is that you cannot have proper ad blocking. There is no real, you know, uBlock origin, because there's no real extension support. And yes, you can do some scripting, but at this point for the modern web, you pretty much need uBlock origin. You pretty much do, just because websites are just not at all privacy respecting anymore. Everything has ads. It honestly sucks. And yeah, it's not Qt Browser's fault that the web is like this, but Qt Browser is nearly unusable depending on what websites you're going. So I figured, you know, I should give it a shot. If I really can't live with that, I'm thinking, you know, I'm just gonna drop websites at this point. If a website is gonna be, you know, that bad to the point where I can't just use the little adblock hosts file it comes with, which I shouldn't say little, it's actually, I can't type adblock-update here. It's got 129,000 hosts blocked. So honestly, this is still, you know, decent ad blocking depending on what sites you're going to. To my knowledge, it's not going to work that well with YouTube. I honestly don't watch enough YouTube videos to really care about that. If I'm going to watch YouTube videos, I'm just going to watch them with MPV anyways, which, you know, I've always done that. So I personally don't care, but if that is something you care about, then this could be an issue. And the other major thing about Qt Browser is that it is written in Python, which is cool. Honestly, it's cool. But if you're on, you know, like an older ThinkPad, it's probably going to run horribly. In my experience on, you know, decent hardware, it's as fast as Firefox, if not actually faster. It actually has felt a lot snappier than Firefox so far. So I'm not really too peeved about the fact that it's written in Python, but yeah, that is kind of a odd quirk here. But yeah, the ad blocker thing, I'm gonna see if I can get past that. I'm gonna really give Qt Browser an honest shot here, since pretty much everything else about it is actually to my taste. You know, the configuration file, how configurable and extensible it is, it's still very minimal. I really do like it. I really want to be able to love it here. So I'm gonna see if I can manage to make it work. I'm gonna give it an honest shot. If, you know, in a couple weeks I have managed to make it work, I will make a full video about it. If I haven't, then I'm probably going to be on the hunt for browsers again, since I'm trying to, you know, get away from something Firefox based. Not that I really want something Chromium based that much more. You know, I do wish something like Surf, that is just truly the pinnacle of minimalism, would actually work, but the problem with something like Surf is that websites just often don't work, okay? So there's just no good browsers. There are no good browsers. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, if you have a good browser, let me know. I'll see you next time. Peace.